Okay, everyone. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day on this Tuesday, I believe it is. Yes, it is a Tuesday. I'm just getting my shoes on. We're going to go out and get everybody fed. All that kind of stuff, all that good stuff. So we're going to talk a little bit about Appalachian wisdom, permaculture wisdom, fun things like that. So this is kind of an intro to my show tonight. So tonight we're going to do a show on DLive. It'll mostly be on DLive. So if you want to really catch it, that's going to be the best place to go to. You can also catch it on Kick. But DLive is the location that you'll want to catch it at. Let's get a quick little update of the weather. Current weather is 36 degrees. It's a bit breezy. 36 degrees means it is about 3 C. Hi, Mr. Fernando. So we're going to go get the some chores done. I've got myself a cheat sheet of stuff that we're going to talk about tonight, or in the Let's Feed the Chicken show. But first, we're going to check on Lisa, see what she's done already, see what I need to get for her, because I probably need to get the water that's there. It's cold tonight, man. It was so windy last night. Wind, it blew the power out for a bit. And yeah, just crazy windy. I think I saw like a 25 or 30 mile an hour gust on my weather station when I reviewed it later. That was just crazy weather. So it looks like Lisa's got some weather. Lisa's got the jugs sitting out for me. So let's go get this done first. Get the jugs, and while they're filling up, we'll chit chat about life and all the other wonderful things that we can talk about. It's a beautiful day outside. It's actually big fluffy clouds, no chemtrails. It's lovely. It's just cold. It's chilly. Chilly willy. So I pre-ordered, for those that want to keep up to date with all the cool stuff that's going on, I pre-ordered some bees yesterday. So I will be getting 2, which is pretty awesome. With those 2 bees, I will. I don't want that. I don't want to be able to see that. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, with the 2 bee hives, I've got these bees many times in the past. So I think they said they'll be coming in April. So that means that next month I need to get on top of it, guys. I need to be on the ball to make my thermal bee barns that I'm going to attempt to make this year. Because I need to try something. Fernando, watch out. I need to try something a little different than what I've done in the past. Hi, Mr. Fernando. No, stay there, Fernando. I'm trying to get this plugged in. Watch out. Watch out. Okay. So as soon as we get the bees, which will be like I said, mid-April. As soon as we get the bees in mid-April, we'll be doing the bee classes. Will come back. Some of my favorite things to be teaching. Yes, Fernando. He is just meowing his face off. I don't know if you guys can see Fernando from that angle. Let's get him. So he's just sitting here on the stump, just wanting to be Fernando petted. So we'll give it a minute. I know people usually trickle in a little bit, and I saw there's a lot of people on DLive today, which is cool. I'm glad to see so many people on DLive. So I'll let you guys trickle in while we're talking about things. I need to get that fixed, because I thought that sound earlier was Sylvia trying to get out, and it wasn't. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. It needs to be fixed. That piece of metal right there. I just need to squish it up a little bit more tighter. Right, like so. Perfect. That'll be good. So with Took you long enough, bot. Whatever. It's like going to... So, what was I going to say? Oh, about the bees. So yeah, I will be live streaming. Probably be live streaming on Instagram with the bees. So if you really want to stay up to date with the bees, you need to follow me on Instagram, because that is where I can do with the glasses that I'm wearing. You guys can see it through my eyes, which will be very exciting. Very, very exciting about that. I'm hoping I get a good one of the updates of the glasses before then. So that I can do the best quality and the very best possible. So there's one water. Let's go grab the other water for Miss Lisa. So, Appalachian wisdom, how nature knows best. Kind of a preview to tonight's show. So the first thing is, one of the big things that we should be talking about when it comes to bettering yourself and using Appalachian permaculture and Appalachian wisdom and my style of making the world better is learning to be overwhelmed. Not to the point where you're stressed, but to the point where you're just frustrated. Because that means that you're actually learning. It means you don't know what you're doing. And we forget as adults a lot that being frustrated is not a bad thing. It's actually a sign of moving in the right direction. It's a sign of learning. It's a sign that you are doing things appropriately. A good example is right now, I am learning some AI tools. And I'm frustrated all get out. It is, it's tough. There's things that I just don't know. I don't understand. And I'm trying to rack my brain around it, because I know that once I get it, it's one of those things, like you get that aha moment, you know, once you know, you know. And I'm just trying to get to that particular point, because it's with a lot of things. That's, you know, it really is true. Once you know, you know. It just makes everything easier. Here's 2 waters for you, Miss Lisa. And so we'll, but I am just frustrated completely with that. It just feels like I just don't get it. It feels like I don't know what I'm talking about. Not, you know, there's plenty of times that I just want to give up. And the idea behind that is you just need to push past it. You have that level of frustration. You have that level of, you know, this just isn't your cup of tea. You just need to keep pushing past that until it gets to the point where you are kind of getting it and you are okay with it. And it does start to make more and more sense. And then you'll get that aha moment. And once you get that aha moment, easy peasy. So, but I'm not there yet. So I understand. It's, if you guys think about it, I don't know, some of you guys might play video games, some of you guys might work on cars, some of you guys might do a lot of stuff, and you get that frustration point. You're just like, I just don't know what to do next. You're just lost. That is the feeling that you want to have when you get a new project, because then as soon as you get, like I said, as soon as you get that aha moment, you learn it, everything is better. One of the other important things that you knew is you need to train your mind to be uncomfortable. This is interesting, because children know this. Children, you know, everything is uncomfortable because they're trying to learn something new. They're always trying to, you know, their teachers are forcing them to do this. You have grades, you have responsibilities. But as adults, we tend to shy away from that and stick to what is comfortable, what is easy, what is normal. And that doesn't help you grow. It doesn't help you move in the directions to make help you move in the right directions. It just kind of leaves you stagnant and boring. And that's an interesting angle. And just not moving forward. So while I don't like having my mind uncomfortable, I also like that feeling of just not knowing, because it's a challenge to me. It's like a puzzle. It's like an everyday real life puzzle. Now, what I don't like is when I can't solve it, but that is that's just because you haven't figured out the pattern recognition, that you haven't figured out how to address the patterns and how to solve the issue that you're having. That's really all learning is learning is solving the world's problems. You start off with your problems, and then your family's problems, and your community's problems, and then the world's problems. It's funny, it is really that simple. And we complicate things. And it's weird being in my situation sometimes, because as a kind of am an outlier, I kind of feel like I'm bucking the system a lot. I'm always seeming to, be on the fringes, live on the edge. Live in the edge is probably a better way to say it, is I live in the edge. And the edge can be a tough place to reside, because you're not quite in the world. You're not quite out in the woods either. You can see both. You can see the positive and the Fernando decided that you guys need to live on the ground. So hold on, guys. I need to turn this back on and see if I can get it to... Oh, Fernando. Okay. Let's not knock this on the ground this time, Fernando. Yeah, let's not knock this on the ground. That's not very fun. We're going to have to put you guys up here, because Fernando thinks it's fun to knock you guys on the ground. So you guys get to sit here and watch bunnies eat. Project. So let's put this here for the bunnies. This for the bunnies. And you guys get to sit and watch bunnies eat while I'm working on the next thing. So probably more exciting. So this is something, the next part of the list is have a project and goal in mind. Not necessarily be goal oriented, but have a project and goal that you're trying to think about. Have a plan, have a direction that you want to go. Because what it does is you don't know what you really want to do. There's a lot you're not going to know unless you have a good plan in place. Unless you know what you actually want to do. Because you're going to miss out. You're going to miss out on a lot of the different opportunities because you just don't know. Just like, I don't know I want to do that. And that's the thing, is that you always want to make sure that you have some type of goal in mind. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a giant goal. It can be just a normal, a normal, simple goal. That's fine. But you should have some type of goal. Whatever, I'm just really good at being muddy. Like, so I try to set myself daily goals, weekly goals, and monthly goals. I like the idea of yearly goals, but you guys hear me talk a lot. Like, I talk about, oh, that's a cool idea and something that I'd like to do, but in reality, it's just not something I'm really going to do. So, not really talking so much about, can't really get into that category of the yearly goals. I'll talk about it, and I'll set them. Just not something I'm good at actually making happen. Here, Bun Bun. Probably gave you a little bit too much, Bun Bun, but that's okay. More food for you, Bun Bun. The bunnies have goals, and their goals is to eat lots of food and be happy, which is a good goal. It's a goal we all should be striving for. It's the goal to be happy. That life is actually pretty cool. Okay. A little bit better angle. If you're gonna look at bunnies, might as well look at them appropriately. Shoulder still hurts. Still trying to figure out what I actually did to tweak my shoulder to make it hurt. Not 100% sure. Miss Cindy. Okay. Got those guys. So what else? Let's look at my list. What else do we want to talk about while you guys stare at bunnies? Next is on the list, teach others. So I think this is actually probably one of the best ways to learn anything, is when you are teaching others. It gets your mind in a completely different mindset. You have to think different than the way you learn, because when you teach is different than the way you learn. And I actually think you probably learn things better by actually teaching other people. Because when you know, like I was saying, people, it's a complete mind change. So you might learn visually, you might learn kinetically, you might learn the different way. But when you teach, you have to kind of tailor towards the group that you're teaching to. It's good to understand them to the best of your ability. And then you have to, if you're really focusing on teaching, you're trying to get your message, your lessons, you want them to get those aha moments. And so I actually think teaching is probably one of the greatest ways to learn something. It's a way I use a lot when I do things. I feel I really need to learn how to do something better. I like to try to teach. I've noticed when I teach classes, because I teach classes once a month at the local library, and I notice when I teach classes that I learn something new about the subject almost every time I go to those classes. And sometimes it's really interesting because I really thought I knew a lot about a particular subject, and then someone will ask me a question, and that question will make me think about it in a different direction that I've not thought about before, and I'll get a new aha moment. I'll be like, oh, yeah, that goes like that too. Really intriguing, really interesting. And so that's always really fun. Here you go, Miss Lisa. Can you give me just a little bit of green, a little bit in that green, so I can go give the chickens out there?
Yep.
Thank you. Some food. for the chicken pluckers. So let's get these guys, let's get these last little guys fed, set up. And then we're gonna say something to Sylvia, go for a short little adventure, short little trip. And then we will wrap it up for the afternoon. I'll go work on some more of my project for tonight. This guy a little bit more water. Oh, I messed that one up. I wasn't supposed to. This was not bueno here. Go in there. Okay, there we go. It didn't go in. Almost slid down into the cistern, and that's not what I. It's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted to do. When it slides down in the cistern, it makes life a lot more difficult. So okay, we'll drop this off back at the barn. Oh, I need to hook this up. Hold on, Fernando. Need to make sure I don't forget to connect the things here. Okay, where's Waldo for the lemon? So, teach. We were talking about teaching. So teaching is the next way, one of the next best way. I gave it to Lisa already. One of the next best ways to learn things. It could be, teaching could be, again, it even could be, I know I go out and teach classes. It could be making YouTube videos. It could actually just be teaching your kids, your grandkids, your niece, your nephews. It could be something simple as that. It's just teaching, like we said, teaching helps you learn better. So you want to learn by doing. Spin the camera around so we can head over this way. All those guys are good. We got some adventure in the pond. Oh, he's done. They went for a crazy swim. Crazy fun adventure in the pond. So next is learn by connecting your projects together. Oh, that's something here as a farmer and a permaculturist, I'm always finding ways. Right, Chicken? You're always finding ways to connect projects? Yeah? Lots of projects? We're gonna go say hi to Sylvia. Is that where we're heading? Okay. So find ways to connect your projects, because there's always a way to connect every one of your projects together. Sometimes your project is keeping your big fat piggy in, right, Miss Sylvia? Keeping you in, which we're getting better and better at. Other times, it's like what I'm doing with my classes. So, May, thank you for the lemons and the ice creams. Quack, quack, ducks. So we're gonna head down the back path. So sometimes it is finding ways to connect those projects. So how I'm doing it, how I've been connecting projects recently is I have been doing things like, as I'm writing a blog for my blog posts, which is Substack. If you guys don't use Substack, it's actually Firefly on Substack. I've been writing blogs for my blog post and using that and taking that same idea and writing up the things for my future classes. And then taking those future classes, and I'm going to be turning podcasts into those. And then from those podcasts, I've been doing, that's what I've been using for when I'm going to be doing my streams, which, by the way, guys, if you don't know, if you haven't seen the schedule, I'm going to be doing on Tuesdays from 9 Eastern time till 1 a.m. In the evenings. I will be doing a midnight in Doc's garden. We'll mostly be learning about permaculture, gardening, that kind of philosophies. And then Friday nights from 11 to 1, we'll be doing Subject X, and that's where we're going to be demystifying some of the great mysteries of the world and talking about how we're going to talk about solutions. So honestly, like, fuck the rest of the world with everybody talking about doom and gloom and how much everything's going to suck, because maybe it is. Maybe the future isn't bright. Maybe the future sucks. But guess what? We can be rays of sunshine in our own world, and we can find ways to thrive in all of the chaos, because everybody has a little pocket that they can escape to for a while. And that's what we need to be doing, is escaping to our little pockets. We need to be creating better, bigger communities, because as they make the world crumble around us, or as that kind of stuff happens, we have potential to seize the day when the opportunity is right. And maybe you don't get to seize it, but maybe you train your children and your children seize it. And your children live a better, luxurious, wonderful life. It's your responsibility to give them the tools and the knowledge to do that. So that's what I am. I'm gifted with the knowledge and some of the tools. I want to give it to you guys. Can you guys see the rainbow right there in the trees? In the trees, in the clouds, because, you know, clouds and trees are virtually the same thing. So, well, it's gone now. It was there a minute ago. Probably just the angle that the camera was looking at. So yeah, so those are the 2 nights we'll do the shows, and then I'm going to be doing these shows Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday for Let's Feed the Chickens. So somewhere between 45 minutes to hour show. You guys jump in, ask questions, and then I'll be building free college, like free education. I'm going to be building a lot of free classes that people can get into, because some of you can't always watch my videos. Some of you won't be able to come here to the Mavis Institute, to the farm. And I need to get I need to teach as much as I can out there. The more we have, the more resources, connect to other people's resources, the more knowledge that we can share amongst ourselves, you know, during what I think we're in the quiet times right now. We're going to try to catch bees again in that this year. The more we can try to thrive, the more knowledge that we have, the more we can do by doing, the better it'll be. Wow, you know, it was so windy that it opened up this gate. That's really interesting. I'm going to close this gate. So let's get this gate closed. Okay. There's a better way to get this. I can probably use this flag as a... Hold on a second, guys. I'm trying to get this gate to stay closed. Look at that. Look at that. Perfect gate closed thingamabob. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. So let's go back. As I meander on about pointless things, let's go back and talk about what else is on the list. So we're probably getting at the point of a recap. Okay, recap. So for signs of growth, you should be overwhelmed. Whenever you're learning things, your mind should be overwhelmed with what you're learning. You should train your mind to not shy away from discomfort. If something is not comfortable, it probably means you're learning. It means you're moving in the right direction. It means that those juices in your head, you're going from smooth brain to bumpy brain. Have a project or goal in mind. It doesn't really matter what that project or goal is, but have a project or goal in mind to get in the direction, to help keep you on your path, to help keep you motivated, because you want to achieve that goal. For those younger folks, you need to gamify life. You need to treat it like a video game. You're trying to level up, always trying to gain a new skill and level up. You have an endless skill tree, and you can just keep building onto that skill tree and learn more and more skills. Teach others. Make sure that others know what you know. And by teaching them, they're going to ask questions. They're going to make you look at things differently. They're going to challenge your belief. They're going to challenge your way of understanding that particular subject matter. And that in turn is going to help you understand it even better. And then learn by doing. You need to do it. You need to connect its projects with other projects. You need to see how it is all interconnected, because in all honesty, there is a lot of projects in life that are crazy interconnected. You know, you might not notice their interconnectedness right now, but if you're doing it, I mean, you are the linchpin. If you're doing the project, you are the interconnected linchpin. So then you just need to find how the rest of it is actually interconnected with the rest of life. So that's gonna depend on how you, and and that's what's fun with the challenge of the brain is I like to try to find the interconnectedness of everything. It also adds, by finding the interconnectedness, it shows that your goals, it's a good way to, it's that dopamine reward you'll have in your brain. You'll see that this is connected and this is connected and this is connected. And instead of having to go get that hit of dopamine by watching a video or finding a like or whatever else you get dope to hit, hits of dopamine, this is a sustainable part of dopamine that's penetrating into your brain and staying there. And it's something you'll look forward to, because you'll know, oh man, I got this goal done, and then this goal's next on the horizon. And you just get this regular, wonderful, sustainable dopamine, like rewarding yourself for being such an awesome person, which, by the way, you are an awesome person, because pretty much all of us are. So just the idea is always find ways to improve your awesomeness. So I want to show you guys, the pile of mulch. If you have not seen it, I want to show you my piles of mulch, which I'm super excited about. Got lots of fun projects that I'm going to be working with these piles of mulch. So big, giant piles of mulch. Hopefully they're going to bring me more and more and more until I have all the mulch in the world. I want all the mulch. Just might as well go for all the mulch. So I need to grab this over here. You guys ever seen my cool station wagon? A future project one day. Not sure exactly what kind of future project, but a future project one day. So put that right there. So if these guys drop any more mulch, they will know not to block my little side driveway up here. So again, look at that. Look at this beautiful blue skies. Handful of fluffy clouds. Very exciting. That spring's about a month and a half away, maybe 2 months away. And we'll have lots of outside projects to work on. And probably what I'm most excited about, if you guys aren't around earlier, I placed the order for my 2 bees, my 2 bee sets, so 2 bee nukes. I'll be excited. Cool thing is with these glasses now, I'll be able to get some awesome, like right in the beehive footage, which very, very excited about. And it also kicks me in the butt that I have a project now. The project is building my insulated beehive, which will be documenting that whole journey. That's kind of the idea, is I want to see if I do that, if that'll help with trying to get the bees to survive the crazy intense weather I have here. This Flat Top is known for its interesting, crazy weather. So I'm going to be putting, my goal is to get 3 hives, but 1 hive I want to get from somebody completely different, so that I can try something different with that hive, different types of experiments. So that's what we'll be doing. So I think I'm going to get those hives in April, I believe is what they said. So So I'll probably put, because this is actually, it's one of my favorite locations for bees. So I'll probably clean out those hives, insulate those, do the trick with those, and probably put some hives over there. So, and that Instagram link that you see on there, that is where I'll probably be doing most of my bee classes, because I can easily use the glasses, my Meta glasses, my Ray-Ban glasses, to stream directly to theirs. So there's kind of little snags with those glasses and such. So guys, oh, look at this. The tulips are deciding to pop up a little early. Haven't seen crocuses yet, so I'm not too worried. Those guys can sit. Those guys don't mind having some snow. I don't know if you guys are aware, but when they come up, when you start seeing them penetrate, come out of the ground and such, that's just when you know that the ground is a particular temperature. And at a particular temperature, usually where they're acclimated to, when the ground reaches a particular temperature, it triggers them to start popping up. I would say, I need to look at my reports. I'm not saying this is early or late. It's pretty much typical for where we live here. So if you guys are around tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern time, we'll be doing my Midnight in Doc's Garden. We're going to be talking about my permaculture. We're going to really get down and talk about permaculture for like the first little bit. We're probably not going to cover all the permaculture this evening. So we're going to cover the permaculture for the first little bit. Then we're going to talk a little bit about using mycelia and mushrooms as insulation. Then we're just going to have I'm probably going to chat with a few people, answer some questions, and then we'll finish up the evening with some other cool videos with permaculture, gardening, farming, and some future tips, things you guys might be interested in this evening. So that's tonight on DLive here. So it'll be on DLive and Twitter. Sorry, it'll be on DLive and Twitch and probably Kick this evening. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you check out my X Dr. Firefly on those 3 sites. Well, anyways, guys, I want to thank you guys for joining me on adventure today. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Again, I will be on here. It's Tuesday, so I'll be on here Thursday. Thursday, we'll do another Let's Feed the Chickens, and it'll be roughly around this time. So this is going to be a regular thing. Again, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, we'll do the Let's Feed the Chickens. And then Tuesday and Fridays in the evenings is when we'll do my shows, my Subject X show and my Midnight in Doc's Garden. Anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out. Let's see. Windy it really is still outside. You guys can see that. But the way you really see the windy is you can see the flag is just absolutely flapping in the breeze. It's supposed to be windy all day. Also, if anything crazy happens, I'll be breaking in and doing live updates on cool stuff that's happening here. So anyways, friends, it's Doc. You guys have yourself a wonderful rest of the day. Till tomorrow. Adios.